Who should not buy a home?
Yeah, if you are not good at budgeting and you are not good at dealing with difficult problems, those two things really. What I mean by that is like if you're just bad with money, uh, it's one thing to get you're bad with money and so you don't pay your rent and your landlord yells at you and you end up getting evicted. Like that sucks. It's not the end of the world. I mean, it's fine. But you go and put down 10, 20, 30, $50,000 on a down payment and then you're bad at managing money and you lose it. You lose all that money and you have now like a foreclosure on your record. Like that's a much worse. So if you're not good with money, get good with money. Like pull yourself together, be a big boy or big girl and like learn how to have a simple budget. Like that's obvious. And then if you can't handle problems, like there are people out there who just like can't handle it when things break. I mean, every day almost, I feel like something breaks here. Or if not broken, it's just something needs to be worked on continually. I mean, just, I don't know, like my pool just wasn't working the other day. And I'm like, why? Now, yeah, I got a pool. And so I have more things to take care of here. But like one day, oh yeah, my water dispenser in the fridge just not working right now. I'm like, I don't know why. Like, and like if your person's going to get overwhelmed and anxious and get all this anxiety around like, oh, I just can't handle like the water is not working in the fridge. I hate this. Hey, don't buy it. Just call the landlord. They'll come fix your problem for you. Yeah, they'll take care of it.
Now, what about people who should not invest in real estate?
I think everyone should invest in real estate. I really, you got to be patient. I guess that's the thing. If you get the long haul, real estate is a great way. In fact, I heard Cody Sanchez say this the other day. Real estate's a great way. Maybe it was on this show. I don't know. It was like real estate's a great way to preserve wealth. That's what she said. So if you have money and you can dump it into real estate, it's a great way to do that. What I disagree with her on is she's like, real estate's not a great way to make your money. I disagree. I think you can turn real estate and make a lot of money. You could flip houses. You could just get the cash flow if you know how to do it right. So I think either way, whether you're somebody who has no money and you want to get wealthier, yeah, real estate's a great way to do that. It really is a great way to build income, better than almost any job out there. It's way more fun than almost any job. It's way more enjoyable. It's way less, I don't know, drudgery. Like everybody in real estate just actually kind of enjoys it, most people. But yeah, and if you're super rich, real estate's a great way to, keep growing, preserve your money.
Yeah. What would you say to someone like me, where I look at the work of real estate and I think to myself, my time is better spent either getting a better guest for the podcast, one extra YouTube video a month.
Yep.
That outweighs anything I can do in real estate.
For sure, 100%. In fact, I spend a lot of time talking to people out of active real estate, but not out of real estate, just out of active real estate. So yeah, I don't think everybody should go buy a rental property. I think there's ways to, and this is not just a promo for my own company because there's a million guys that do it like me. But you can invest with people like me, and you can invest in companies. You can invest in a REIT. You can invest in different private offerings depending on certain legal things. But yeah, and you can still be involved in real estate. Now, should you go put 100% of your money in real estate? Of course not. Should you own your own house if you're wealthy? Yeah, I would definitely recommend that. Again, you buy a house. In fact, I would recommend, when I was younger, I used to try to buy the cheapest house possible. Like that was like cheapest of house, but now I try to buy the most expensive house I can possibly do. Now, there's a reason I get paid, whatever, almost $4 million for this house, because it's going to be worth a whole lot more 10 years down the road. But worst case, I could rent out the units and I could break even or even make money on this property. So, yeah, I think that you can find ways to invest in real estate. REITs are fine. REITs are pretty similar, maybe a little bit outperform the stock market over time. Depends on what data you look at and whose reports. But I like private offerings. I mean, I invest in a lot of other people's deals. People invest in my deals, and sometimes those go great, and sometimes those go terrible. But I like having a bit of my net worth, a good chunk of it in real estate, no matter what.
What are your thoughts on modular homes? I see these like storage crate homes or the things like the home you can buy on Amazon, and it's like $40,000 to add an extra unit.
Yeah.
Is there any company that's doing it like in a legit way, or what are the issues with that?
Yeah, it's a good question. I like where the industry is going. The industry of like these small built homes. Boxable is a company that's doing it really, really well. Right, they're out of Vegas.
Love Boxable.
Yeah, I love those little things. The problem with those is like they can advertise stuff like, hey, you can get a casita, they call it there. Like you can get a boxable house for $50,000. Wow, that's awesome. But then you got to site prep your property, and you got to get the water, sewer, garbage hookup. You got to do all that. That might be another permitting, all that might be another $50,000. And then the house is only 400 square foot. And so then you're like, okay, well now I'm at $100,000 for a 400 square foot house. You actually could build a 400 square foot house for under $100,000 without doing one of those fancy like names. Now the reason I like them is because we're moving into that direction. where we're almost turning homes into like IKEA, or like the prices will come down. It's gonna be one of the solutions to the affordable housing crisis in America. If ever, I mean, cities are following one after another. They're following California. California always leads the charge on this stuff, right? So California is doing the ADU thing. It's working really well. It's solving a lot of the affordability problems. We have a problem with parking though. But Elon's going to solve that in the next few years. And so, like, once we no longer need vehicles, and the majority of people will just hop in their automatic, Tesla and whatever. We won't worry about the parking much any longer. So it's a temporary problem with the parking right now. But that's solving the problem. City after city will be adopting this. It'll be across the whole country in the next few years.